When Isabel and Linda are together, Isabel is the cautious one because her face is longer and thinner than Linda's. Let go of Linda, darling. When Isabel and Stephen are together, Isabel becomes the confident one because her face is wider than Stephen's. If we found somebody with a longer, thinner face than Stephen's, Stephen would become the confident one in that relationship. If we found somebody with a face wider than Linda's, Linda would become the cautious one in that relationship, because it means that you can never again say that you don't know how someone else feels. Because if you take just a little minute, you'll realize that in your life you have been the confident one or the cautious one. You do know. You do know. You can put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Take a breath. And think for a moment about the people in your life whose faces are significantly wider than yours. Who are you in that relationship? Are you the, wait a second, let's just slow down, take things a little bit more cautiously, shall we? And now think about the people in your life whose faces are way longer and thinner than yours. Who are you in that relationship, eh? Are you the, come on, let's give it a go?
So this is why most people I know, I'm encouraging them.
I think you'll be fascinated if you have a look at most people you know and they'll find that your face is wider than theirs. Have you got anybody in your life whose face is wider than yours?
I actually can't think of anyone right
Pretty
now.
wide, that's what I mean.
Except all the girls in my family, they're all the same.
Interesting.
They x-rayed our heads and they were the same.
Genetics is an astonishing thing. I love teaching this to educators. I love teaching this to everybody, really. I mean, how often do you get a teacher who looks like Stephen with probably long legs and a short body as well as a long, thin face, in a room full of little short-legged kids with wide faces who are bored out of their minds and drugged up to the eyeballs. Nothing wrong with them, they're kids. They got short legs, wide faces, let them run around and be confident. Now here's something even more interesting. Oh, it's just so fascinating, this science. You go back through your photos. How many of you all had a wide little face when you were babies? And how long did it last, eh? When you went into school and were told this is, they don't teach you how to learn, they tell you what to learn. Confidence gets knocked out of you.
Front row.
You can actually go back and see your face widening and narrowing in your photos. It is a trip. I didn't even think this stuff was possible. But your face can literally alter its structure in really trippy ways. I've seen faces change in a workshop. I've learned to take photos before and after. Because by crikey, I wouldn't have believed it otherwise. It's really, you probably would, yeah, no, isn't it? But yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, remember the technical, if you're insecure, you're actually pulling all of your energy in. Why wouldn't that also pull your face in? You need to think about that.
We can't rush into to things like this. all of the different things must be observed. See, look, if we were all in an aeroplane going to New Zealand, and the hostess came out and said, the pilot's carked it, the co-pilot fainted clean away, can anybody here fly a plane? Everybody with a face like this would go,
Figure it out.
yeah, exactly. I know, right? Everybody put the face like this. We really needed to have this sorted out before we left the ground. What do all these buttons do? I know, very thoroughly. Now, the wonderful thing about Isabel is you're not locked into any way of being. You haven't got the overly confident, yeah, come on, and you haven't got the, you can go either way as the situation demands.
Yep.
Oh, I know, right?
It's awesome.
Seriously. And of course, depending on who you're with.
Yeah.
This is a function of cell proportion. More cells go into making the wide face that represents confidence. Less cells go into narrow faces. The trait being confidence, so there is less cells, less of that trait. Does that make sense?
Does that include brain cells?
Small bit brain.
No. That's a different trait. We're getting to that next, actually. Isn't that good news? All right, so take a breath and give these fabulous people a round of applause.